January 6, 2021, with your own eyes. Was it an insurrection? You decide. Up to 1.5 million patriots were in attendance that day, and there was a carnival-type atmosphere with street vendors selling food and water everywhere. Everyone seemed calm and peaceful except for those in line for the porta potty. Those people were a little bit uptight and agitated. And then the protesters were told to go to the Capitol, so they did, peacefully. They marched peacefully. We walked right past the First Amendment, which gives the right to peaceful assembly, which is what 99.99% of the people did. Only about 1 in 10,000 were actually rioters. The rest were peaceful protesters and well within their constitutional rights to protest. Arriving at the Capitol, notice that there's no protesters on the steps or the bleachers yet. That came later. Everyone near me was shocked that the police began firing tear gas and shot grenades and pepper balls and paintballs at what appeared to be peaceful protesters. Here's peaceful protesters washing pepper spray out of their eyes, and they're confused as to why they've been fired upon. Listen for 2 shot grenades going off in this clip. Now here's the proof that I was there, and so if I'm in trouble for loving this country and hating the thought of it being stolen, singing the national anthem, praying for a troubled vet, and leading the battered ex-wife of another troubled vet to Christ, then I'm not hiding. I'll accept the consequences of my actions, if there are any. Here is the scene after about an hour. They finish singing the national anthem, and notice the bleachers and the stairs are just starting to fill up with protesters. Here the police do chase some people off the top balcony, but everything else seemed peaceful. None of us had any idea what had transpired inside. Even here, people have their hands in their pockets up on the balcony. Primarily peaceful protesters all over the bleachers and the stands now, about 3 p.m. The videos of violence that I've seen show the bleachers and stands totally empty, so it had to have happened before these protesters arrived. And then at 4:30, people started heading home. None of us had any idea of the terrible events that had transpired that day. And then we casually walked up to a policeman chilling in his truck to ask directions to the metro. Then we paused to watch a street performer dancing to the YMCA song as the police directed traffic. And then the president told the group to go home, so thousands walked away from the Capitol, feeling good about having done their civic duty. So the riotous events of that day were inexcusable, of course, and the agitators and rioters should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. Yet those events mostly took place before the peaceful protesters even arrived, because the stands and balconies are empty in the footage of the violence on that side of the Capitol. So don't buy the lie that every person there on that day was part of an insurrection. That's simply not the case, and I think this video makes that perfectly clear. Let's learn to love each other, even when we don't agree. Together we can see our nation heal, if we can learn to love, as Jesus Christ instructs us, even our enemies and those who mistreat us. May God bless.